today we're going to work on our pre-ballet class, just like we do every Saturday morning. It's a little bit different because I'm here and you're there, but we'll still be able to go through everything. Hopefully you've been doing a little bit at home on your own, but this way it's a little bit more structured and we can do class like we always do. So let's go ahead and get started. Feet out in front of you, flex those toes up to the ceiling and sit up nice and tall. Show me how tall you can be with those nice long backs. And we'll start with our demi-point, point, and demi-point and flex like we always do. Sitting up nice and tall through your toes. Demi and fold. Demi and flex. Demi and fold. And demi and flex. Two more times. Demi and fold. And demi and flex. And demi and fold. And demi. Keep those toes flexed. Turn them out. Turn them out. And in. And out. And in. And out. And in. And out. And point those toes. Stretch all the way up nice and tall. And can you touch your toes? And sit up nice and tall. Keep those toes pointed. And reverse. Demi. Flex. Demi. And fold. And demi. And flex. And demi. And fold. And demi. And flex. And demi. And fold. Last one. Demi. And flex. And demi. Now keep those toes pointed. Turn them out. And in. And out. And in. And out. And in. And out. And now flex those feet. This one's a little tougher. All the way up. And touch your toes all the way over. And sit up nice and tall. Very good. Now we're going to do our head down and up and down and up, and then hug our knees and open up. Ready? Sit up nice and tall. Use those belly muscles. Down and up and down and up until ear to your shoulder and ear to your shoulder. 3 and 4. Ready? Hug your knees. Hug your knees. And open up big. And hug your knees. And open up big. And sway. And bring those feet back in. One more time. Start looking up all the way to the ceiling. And down. And down. And ear to our shoulder. And ear. And shoulder. And shoulder. One more time. Hug those knees. And open them big. And hug those knees. And open them big. And sway. And one more time. And bring those feet in. Very good. All right, let's move on to our butterfly. Take those feet all the way together. And remember, hold on to those ankles, not those toes, because we don't want to lift them up off the floor. And sit up nice and tall. All right, here we go. Take our nose all the way down to our toes. And then nose all the way to the ceiling. Try to reach and touch that ceiling. And nose to toes. And then up all the way to the ceiling. Very good. And show me those beautiful butterfly arms. Up and down and up. Good. And sway. And sway. And sway. And sway. Very good. Hold those heels again and nose all the way to the ceiling. And nose to toes. And all the way back up to the ceiling. And nose to toes. Good. And sit up nice and tall. So we start slow arms. Beautiful butterfly arms. And then we'll go a little faster. Up and up and up and up and up. Very good. And up. And bring them down. Good job. Butterflies, always one of my favorites. All right, let's move on to keeping those legs out in front of you. Point those toes all the way, so the whole time. And we're going to go through our arms and then our big head circle all the way around. And remember, we want to do one slow head circle, not lots and lots of fast head circles. So just one slow one, okay? All right, here we go, kids. Sit up nice and tall. and arms go first and fifth. And open big wide to second and all the way down. One more time. Arms go first and fifth and open second. And then take fingertips onto the floor. Now big circle all the way around. Take that head and go the other way. And sit up nice and tall. Keep those belly muscles working. Arms go second. Now up to fifth. Down to first. All the way down. One more time. Out through second. And up to fifth. And down to first. And fingertips on the floor. And take that head and go the other way. Nice big circle. Other way, one more time. And sit up nice and tall. Get that body working. Very good. All right, let's put our legs in second. Remember, it doesn't have to be too wide. We're going to try again to keep those toes nice and pointed and keep those belly muscles working. We'll take our stretch over and our stretch over and then walking out into the middle, walking back up. And stretch all the way over. Up. Other side. Over. Now four walks out. 1, 2, 3. Reach as far as you can go. And stay. And come back up. Very good. Let's go the other way. All the way over. And up. And other side. And up. 4 walks out. Count with 1, 2, 3, 4. And stay. Come back up. Very good. And bring those legs in and shake them out. Shake those legs out. Good stretching. All right, now we get to roll over to our bellies. Let's see if this one works here. We're going to do our cobra stretch. So remember, keep those legs nice and straight behind you, and then hands go right by our shoulders. And let's go over this one because this one's a little bit tougher. So remember, step 1, we press all the way up, and then we come down. Step 2, we press up and look all the way up to the ceiling, and then we come down. Now remember, step 3 is easier for you guys. It's a little bit harder for my old body. Just press up, look up, bend those knees, and try to touch your toes to your head. Remember, you look like a pretzel. And back and come down. So yeah, we'll turn this way to show this one. Now remember, my toes don't go all the way to my head, but yours can because you guys are flexible. All right, let's take number 2 here. Hands right by your shoulders. And step 1, press all the way up. And come down. And step 2, press up and look up to the ceiling. And all the way down. Here's the tough one. Step 1 up and look up. And bend those knees and try to touch your toes to your head. Show me that pretzel. And come down. Rest that back for a second. And let's try again. Press all the way up. And come down. Step 2. Press up and look all the way up to the side. And come down. All right, here's the tough one. All the way up. And look up. And then bend those knees and try to touch your toes here. Stay there. Woof. And come down. Very good. That one's a tough one, but we love it because we like to bend up like pretzels. All right, here's another one of our favorites. It's time for Supergirl. Now, we're not going to count like we usually do because we probably haven't done this in a while, so I'm only going to count to 20 today. All right, but you can count with me just like we always do in class. And we're going to do it just a tiny bit different. We're going to use both arms instead of one at a time. So we're going to do both arms up and bring them down. And again, both arms up and bring them down. And then same with our legs. Both legs up and bring them down. And both legs up and bring them down. And then we'll go into the fun one, our Supergirl, the one we love the most. And we're going to use some different music for this one today, too. All right, ready? Here we go. And both arms up and down. And again, both arms and down. Now keep those legs nice and straight. Both legs up and bring them down. And both legs up and bring them down. All right, here we go. Supergirl. And come down. And Supergirl. And come down. You ready to count with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep going. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You can do it. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And bring them down. Very good. Let's sit back on our heels and stretch those backs. That one feels good. And come up. All right. Good job. All right. Last hard one on the floor. I'm getting warmed up. I hope you are too. I'm already sweating. Oh my goodness. All right. So remember our big star, our big X that we make on the floor, and then we come up and we hug our knees. So we get those belly muscles working. All right. We're going to use music. We're going to do it 8 times. And I know you probably haven't done these in a while, but you can still work really hard and try to get it done. I know you can do it because we've done it so well in class. And we used to do 10 of them, but we're only going to do 8 today. All right, so lay on the floor. I'm going to go this way, I think. And make your big star. Ready? Make your big X. And hug your knees. Very good. And all the way down. Number 2, hug your knees. And all the way down. Keep those belly muscles working. Number 3, hug your knees. Good job. And all the way out. Number 4, hug your knees. Roll over and then stretch that belly out again one more time. Get those belly muscles working. Very good. And come down. All right, ladies. So now hopefully we're all warmed up, and we're going to stand with our heels and toes together, and we're going to do our port de bras. I'm going to say the rhyme. You can say the rhyme with me too at home, even though I know that we kind of stopped doing that, so maybe we'll do it once. And then the second time through, we'll just say the positions instead of doing our rhyme, because we're kind of getting past that since we know our positions now, okay? Then after we do our port de bras, we'll go into our pliés, and then our élevés, straight up and straight down. And remember, keep those knees nice and straight on our élevés, okay? All right, here we go. Stand up nice and tall, heels and toes together, and beautiful round arms and low fifth. Say first, I know, and second, I show, and third, up high, and fourth, down low, and fifth, up high, and around. know it was a long time ago, but we have to remember it was called tendu. And do you remember what it means? What does tendu mean? Does it mean to stretch? That's right. And remember, we're stretching our leg all the way from our hip, all the way through that knee, all the way to the very, very tips of those toes. And if you remember, the very first combination we do when we're sitting on the floor, we take those feet and we go through demi-point and full point and demi-point and flex. And that's exactly what we do with our tendu. So if you remember, demi-point, full point, demi-point, and close. And then we do it twice, and full, and demi, and close. And then we take our tendu out and in. Remember, we brush against the floor and in. We do it 3 times and in, and bring that leg up towards your end and close. We'll do that once with our right leg, once with our left leg, and then we'll open to our first position. And remember, we do it to the side. And what's the one thing we have to think about when we do it to the side? We have to think about watching that heel going straight forward to the mirror. So demi-point and full point and demi-point and close. Remember, you don't want to hide your heel. You want to see your heel, okay? So even if you don't have a mirror in front of you, you may want to look down and glance at it. Just make sure it's not going back so that we can see it, and make sure we use those rotator muscles and we turn those legs out, okay? So feet in parallel, standing up nice and tall. Let me see those fists, and we're going to put them on our hips and zip up those belly muscles, okay? All right, here we go. So fists on hips and zip those bellies up. And demi-point, full point, and demi, and close. Keep those knees nice and straight, and full, and demi, and close. Tendu, brush out, and in, and out, and in. One more time. Out, and in, and big toe. Up, 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 and come down. Other side. Demi, and full, and demi, and close, and demi, and full, and demi, and close. Tendu out, brush out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in. Now big toe, up, up. Good. Open to first position. Demi-point, full, and demi, and close. Keep those bellies zipped, and then full, and demi, and close. Make sure that heel is forward, and first, and out, and first, and out, and first. Now this one's the pinky toe. Up, 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 and close. Other side. Demi, and full, and demi, and close, and demi, and full. And keep that heel pressing forward. Tendu. That out, and in, and out, and in. Last one. Out, and in, and down. Very good. Very good. All right. We also started talking about our tendu. Remember, this one has a tendu, then a demi-plie in our second position, and we transfer that weight and we tendu the other side, and we close. So 1, 2, 3, and close. And the other way. 1, 2, 3, and close. So we're going to do that 4 times. So we go once to the right, left, and then again right and left, right? And we'll keep those fists on our hips and our bellies zipped, right? All right, ladies, here we go. Oops, start it again. Let's try this one. Here we go. So show me that first position, fists on hips, and tendu, and plie. Transfer that weight, tendu, and close. Very good. Other side, tendu. You can say the word, tendu. Close. Speed it up a little bit. Tendu. Very good. Tendu. Let's do 2 more. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Tendu. Good. Very good, ladies. Very good. All right. Now, hopefully by now, we're very warmed up, and we're going to work on our sautés. Do you remember what a sauté is? What's a sauté? It's a jump, isn't it? That's right. And remember, we want to push off the floor and point those toes straight down to the floor. And keep those knees nice and straight while we're in the air. So plie, saute, right? Now I haven't jumped in a while either, so let's take it easy today. We're going to do 4 sautés in first, and then we're going to open and do our échappé. Do you remember our échappé? To escape, right? And those legs jump to our second, and then back to our first. And remember, we usually did this on our color, on our circle color, and we might not have that at home, but that's okay. You can still do it exactly the same way, just without our color. So remember, we would jump off of it and then back onto it, right? Make sure that we go back to our first position every time, okay? So we do 4 sautés in first, and then we're gonna do 2 échappés. And remember, you can say the words with me as well, all right? All right, let's do it. Where's my sauté? All right, here we go. Fist on hips, and plie, saute, plie, saute, plie, saute, plie, saute, plie, and stretch. Now for our échappé. 5, 6, 7, and jump, sand, and close. Échappé. Let's do 2 more. Échappé. Last one. Échappé. Very good. All right, so now we're going to start to move across the floor a little bit. We're not going to do it like we normally do in our class. If you have a hallway, that would work. Or we can do it right now with me, and you can do it in place. And then maybe you can go outside on a beautiful day and work on things like we're going to do our skips and our triplets and our stork walks. So if you don't have room in your house or your living room or your kitchen, you can go outside and do it. Just make sure you're on a fairly even surface so that we don't mess up our ankles or roll an ankle or anything like that. Okay, we always want to be safe when we practice our ballet. So today we're going to start with our triplets. And remember, our triplet has 3 steps, right? It's like when we think about a tricycle. It has 3 wheels. So we have 3 steps to our triplets. And our pattern goes down, up, up. So remember, it's down, up, up. Or we thought 1, 2, 3. Or down, up, and stop, right? So remember, we try to say it in a couple of different ways so that everybody can understand it. So I'll try to say it a few different ways like I do in class for us as we're doing it, okay? So I'm going to start back there, and I'm going to come forward to you. So let me grab my music, and we can go. Fists on hips, and sit those bellies up. We go down, up, up, down, up, up. Or 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Couple more. Down, up, up, and down, up, up, down, up, up. Last one. Down, up, up, and come down. Very good. And always remember, say it in your head when you do it, because that helps our bodies remember how our steps work, okay? All right, now we're going to work on our skips. So hopefully we've been practicing our skips at home like we've been doing in class each week, and they've been getting better and better and better. So hopefully we've been working on them, and I would love to see you do your skips again when you come back to see me. And I bet they're going to look really, really good. So let me grab my skipping music, and I'm going to do the same thing and go from the back to the front. And remember, it's one leg and then the other leg. Step, hop, step, hop, step, hop. And we want to bring that leg all the way up to our knee, okay? And try to keep those toes pointed when they're off the floor. All right, let me get back here and we'll start. Ready? Fists on hips, belly sit, in, step, hop, 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 step, hop. Very good. Back up. Beep, beep, beep. Not too fast. stork walks. So remember, these are like our marches, but they're a little bit more difficult because we do them up on our demi-pointe. So we rise up before we start, and big toe to the knee, big toe to the knee, big toe to the knee, and big toe to the knee, all the way across. Again, I'm gonna come straight down to you, okay? So let me find my stork walking music. Yes, there it is. All right. Here we go. Show me one more time. Fists on hips and bellies zipped. Rise up to our toes. And go up, 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 up. Big toe to the knee every time. Keep those bellies zipped. Up, 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 and up. Very good. And you can do it again if you would like. We'll do the music one more time. Let's see. Fists on hips. And rise up to those demi-pointes. And very good. Nice big tall stork walks. Up, up, and down. Very good, ladies. All right, ladies. Last one. We're going to go from the corner like we usually do, and we're going to do our gallops. Now this is another one where you want to make sure that you have lots of space. So maybe in your living room, if you have kind of a path, you can do them in there and practice in there. Just make sure you have space. And again, remember, use your eyes so you don't run into anything, okay? So we're going to start in corner 3. Do you remember which corner 3 is? It's that one over there. So it's the one on the left side, remember? We're going to go from corner 3 to corner 1. And we're going to use our right leg to begin. Remember, our right side, right leg. So let me get into our corner here. And we take our fists on our hips, and we point that right foot out, and we chase those legs. Very good. So now we're going to move to corner 4. Do you remember which one that is? That's the opposite one from corner 3. And on this time, we're going to do our left leg. So when we get to our corner 4, and fists on hips, point that left leg out, and we chase those feet. Chase them, chase them. All the way across. Very good. Now remember, you can practice all of these things at home. You don't necessarily need to use our music. We always do in our classes, but you don't have to use music if you don't want to. And you can always count when you do them as well. If you want to do 8 gallops across the floor, count them in your head or count them out loud, and that helps us with our counting as well. All right, well that's going to do it for our pre-ballet class today. I hope everyone is being very, very safe. I hope our families are being safe. I'm being safe, Miss Barbara's being safe, and we cannot wait to see you ladies again. So thank you very, very much, and have a wonderful day.